Hi everybody, welcome to Dunbar Academy Quick Tips. I'm Jamie Dunbar, and today's quick tip is about one of the best ways to correct your dog when they're misbehaving. When your dog is doing something you don't want them to do, you need to be able to stop them, and quickly. But how? The answer is usually pretty simple. Get your dog to sit-stay. See, when it comes to living with a dog, there's a lot of problems you can run into. But a large portion of those problems can be solved by having your dog sit and stay. Think about it. Jumping up, running away, chasing people, chasing animals, stealing objects, fighting, lunging, humping, running around like an idiot, counter-surfing, the list goes on and on. But all of those problems stop the moment your dog sits. And with your dog sitting down, looking at you and listening, you can issue further instructions. Maybe you want your dog to lie down and stay so you can run up to them and put them on leash. Or maybe you want your dog to come back to you. Either way, if you get your dog to sit, they're now primed to follow your next instruction. So, how do we train a reliable sit-stay? Because reliability is the key component. If it's not reliable, it's not going to work when you need it to. And if you think your dog has a reliable sit because you can get your dog to sit a few times in your living room, then you're sorely mistaken. No, if you want your dog's sit command to be useful when it comes to correcting unwanted behaviors in real-life situations, then you need to practice it a lot, in a lot of different scenarios, especially ones that are exciting and distracting, so that their sit becomes very reliable. The best sort of sit command, what we like to call a super sit command, is one where your dog responds immediately to a single verbal command at any time, regardless of distance or distractions, and then stays seated until released, without the need for food or a leash or any other equipment or training aids. Can you see how a super sit can be really useful in your life with your dog? You might think teaching your dog to obey at this level of reliability takes a big commitment of time and energy. But you'd be wrong. It's easy to do, and you can and should do it as you go about your day. You'll do so by incorporating super short training sessions into every aspect of life with your dog. If you have a moment, interrupt whatever your dog is doing and ask them to sit. If they sit immediately, praise and release them so they can go back to what they were doing. You can also occasionally reward them with a food treat when they do a particularly good job or when you're just feeling generous. If they don't sit immediately, keep asking them to sit. Do whatever you need to get them to sit. Close the distance, use a food lure, use a toy, remove distractions, and stay with them until you get them to sit. You don't need to get angry or frustrated. If you persist, they will sit eventually. Once they sit, praise minimally, step back, and then ask them to come and sit right away. They will be much more likely to do it now because you have their attention. If they do sit after your first request, praise, reward, and let your dog resume what they were doing. The best time to do this is when your dog is doing something they really enjoy. If you interrupt your dog when they're in the middle of a play session with another dog or sniffing a favorite fire hydrant, then when they do sit and it's time to reward them, you can reward them by letting them go back to the activity they were enjoying. You'll be using their favorite activities as both a distraction and a reward in training. And you'll be teaching your dog that if you say sit, they have to sit. And they have to do it immediately if they want to get back to whatever else they might want to do. And, as a bonus, if they sit immediately, they might get a food reward. Do this simple exercise as often as possible in as many different situations as possible, and you will end up with a super sit. So, to review. 1. If your dog is doing something they shouldn't, get them to sit instead. 2. Sit can solve a lot of common dog behavior problems if the dog sits immediately and reliably and stays until released. 3. To get reliability, you need to practice frequently and in lots of different situations. And 4, interrupt your dog when they're doing something fun, and then they can resume the activity as a reward. Thanks for watching Dunbar Academy Quick Tips. I am Jamie Dunbar, and we will see you next time.
Thanks for watching this video. If you'd like to learn more, make sure to visit dunbaracademy.com and check out our selection of free dog training and behavior courses. If you'd like to watch more Dunbar Academy YouTube videos, click here or here. And if you want to watch new videos as we post them, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell for notification.